Hi guys, welcome back to Loro TV. Today we bring to you the interesting story of the strongest witch doctor and sorcerer Nigeria ever had, Chief Pericoma Mezuo Okoye, aka the Lion of Africa, who was a Nigerian singer, songwriter and a strong traditionalist, and also the father of popular Nigerian singer Speed Darlington and husband to popular highlife singer Queen Teresa Onyoha. But before we begin, if you're new to our channel, you're highly welcome to Loro TV, and please do well to hit on that subscribe button and do not forget to turn on the notification bell so you can always stay notified and updated whenever we upload a new video. We upload very interesting content every day. Without further ado, let's jump right into our story. Chief Pericoma Mezuo Okoye was born in Nigeria, specifically in Imo State, an eastern state occupied by the Igbo people of Nigeria. He was born in a community named Arondiziogu, a community that occupies 3 local government areas, namely Idiato North local government area, Okigwe local government area, and Onioma local government area. Pericoma was a strong Nigerian witch doctor and a traditionalist who was seen as a demigod. Hence, he was nicknamed Aroshi Makaja and the Lion of Africa. Among the many exploits of Chief Pericoma was an encounter with street urchins and tax collectors in the city of Onitsha. On this fateful day, Pericoma was on his way to Onitsha when he was waylaid by the unscrupulous elements popularly known as Agboros at the then notorious Upper Iweka. These illegal tax collectors, not knowing who he was, demanded for his tax receipts, but he ignored them. One of them lifted him up, placed him on his shoulders, and made to carry him to their office. On the way, he suddenly became too heavy, such that the guy who carried him wanted to put him down, but he could not. For several hours, they begged him to come down, but he refused until certain rituals were made to appease him and the gods. That incident was said to have put an end to the menace of illegal tax collectors at Upper Iweka in Onitsha. Pericoma was a famed believer and a practitioner of the African traditional religion of the Igbo people called Obie. During the Ikeji festival, Pericoma allegedly performed several feats which defied several rules of physics. A good percentage of people from Arondiziogu, his community, believed he was a little god. Several displays of supernatural powers, or sorcery as it was often tagged, and back-to-back victories in contests earned Pericoma the title, the Lion of Africa. With his brand of music, which he called folk singing, which is actually rendering of Igbo history orally, with each sentence layered with meaning only to be understood by the wise, he held the Igbos spellbound with every track of his song. Apart from music, Pericoma was featured in the movie titled Lion of Africa with popular Nollywood actor Edochie, and he was the traditional prime minister of the Arondiziogu community in Imo State until his death. Pericoma featured in a movie titled Lion of Africa alongside veteran Nollywood actor Edochie. The movie, which was in 2 parts, was a biography of his early life. Much about Chief Pericoma Mezuo Okoye family is not known, but after his death, Nigerian singer Speed Darlington admitted Pericoma was his dad, and that although he hated him when he was alive for killing those who offended him, he missed him now that he is dead. Pericoma was also a husband to famous Igbo highlife singer Teresa Onyoha, who did a song with Larry Gaga and Flavor, and he also had several wives and children. It is believed that Pericoma, while playing as a child with his parents in the forest, mysteriously got missing and was unable to be located for several years, but he will later re-emerge out of the forest as a teenager who possessed diverse supernatural abilities. It is believed that while he went missing, he was existing in the world of the spirits, where he was fortified with spiritual powers before re-emerging again. Pericoma was a famed believer and practitioner of the traditional religion of the Igbo people called the Obie. His title, Aroshi Makaja, also hints at this. Aroshi, when translated to English language, means deity. His numerous victories during the Itu Ebule competition during the Ikeji festival earned him the alias, the Lion of Africa. Pericoma Okoye was a prominent individual in Nigeria as a traditional prime minister in Imo State. He was instrumental and took notable roles in the development of the Ikeji festival held in his community. This festival, which is held every April, serves as a source of foreign income for the Nigerian government as it attracts tourists from all around the world. Sadly, on February 16, 2017, he was reported dead. Arondizuogu is a town inhabited by the Igbo subgroup of the Aro people in Imo State of Nigeria. The Arondiziogu community is believed to have migrated from Arochukwu in present-day Abia State to the current settlements in Imo State, which include the Okigwe, Idiato North and Oniumu local governments area of Imo State. However, others of Aro descent are in other local governments in Imo State. Arondiziogu is a group of sprawling communities with the largest area in the land obtained from Umualoma town, formerly known as Isiokpo. Many believe these lands were obtained through warfare and the open massacre of the people of Umualoma. Arondiziogu was founded by the use of force by Mazi Izogu Unkpokpo and his brother Iheme in the mid-14th century. Izogu Ukpokpo was a charismatic slave merchant who came from Arochukwu to Oka in search of slaves. He was usually harbored by his friend from Umualoma, where he slept when searching for slaves and with his goods. Some of the slaves of Izogu maintained the name even after they were freed from captivity, but he would later fight his friend and claim his land. He obviously wasn't a good fellow, and that was how he founded the Arondiziogu community in Imo State, Nigeria.